Okay, I welcome you to class of additional mathematics, and with me here is the question on the chalkboard, which is actually coming from the past paper 2024, paper 1. Okay, so can you pay attention and see how we are going to work out this problem that we have? Okay, so the question says, the perpendicular bisector of the line joining the points P, open bracket, 1, 4, close bracket, and Q, open bracket, K, 3, close, meets the y-axis at -4, full stop. Find the possible values of K. This is 4 marks. So this is how questions comes in paper 1, additional mathematics. Okay, so as I always say, the first thing that you must do as a candidate, first of all, you need to understand the question. Okay? Where that particular question is coming from. I mean the topic of the question which you are given. So when we look at this question, automatically we are going to tell that this question is under coordinate geometry. Remember, even in additional mathematics, we have questions, or rather we have topics called coordinate geometry, as we have in syllabus D. Okay, so now let us see how we are going to work out this problem that we have. Solution. Okay, so when you go back to the statement that we are given, here it says the perpendicular bisector. That means there is a line which is perpendicular bisecting a line which is horizontal, okay? The line which is joining these 2 points. So let me give you the practical example of what this statement is talking about. So there is a line which is coming like this. Then also we have a line. So we are going to say this is the line which is joining these 2 points. Okay? Then there is a line bisector which is bisecting this same line. Okay, so now for us to find the value of K, first of all, we are going to identify, okay, to find the midpoint of this same line, okay? This line, the midpoint, where the line which is perpendicular to the same line bisected. So this is what we are going to do. So now, the first thing, we have to find the midpoint, okay? Since we are given the coordinates, so it's very easy that we can find the midpoint. So let us see now the formula that we can use to find the midpoint. That is step number 1. Okay, so midpoint is equals to x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2. Okay, you open and close the bracket. Okay, then from there now, you are going to substitute according to the coordinates that you have there. So now we are going to name these coordinates. We are starting with P. So this is x1, okay? This is x1. This is y1. Then for Q, this is x2, and this is y2. So now that we have identified the x1, y2, x2, y1, we are now going to do what? To substitute those values that we have there. Okay? So now, here now we are going to say x1. x1 is 1. Okay? So we are going to write 1 where there is x1. Then plus, then x2. x2 is k. Okay? So plus k over 2. Then comma, y1. Our y1 is 4. Okay, so we are going to say 4 plus, then our y2 is what? 3. Okay, 3. Then over 2. We open and close. We proceed, okay? We proceed to simplify. Then here where we have reached, we can see that this is 1 plus k over 2, comma. Here you cannot simplify further because these are unlike terms. This is 1 and this is k. Therefore, they cannot be added. So this would be the end of this one. Then we come to this one. We are going to say 4 plus 3. That would be 7 over 2. Okay. So we have just calculated the what? The midpoint. Now, having found the midpoint, now we are going to the next step. The next step, okay? The next step, because what we want here is to find the value of what? The value of x, or the value of k, according to the equation that we have. So now, for us to find the value of k, we have to actually find the equation of the perpendicular bisector line. The equation, okay? That is what we are going to do. Now remember, when finding the equation, there are certain things that you should put in place for you to proceed. And these are, 1, you should find the gradient. Then 2, you should have the coordinates. Okay, so now before you proceed, you have to get back to the statement that you are given and see if at all you are given all those things that I've mentioned, gradient and the coordinates. So when we get back to the statement there, coordinates are there, okay? Coordinates are there. Do we have the gradient there? No. So this time around, we are going to calculate for a gradient so that thereafter now we can proceed to find the what? The equation. So now how do we find the gradient when we are given coordinates like this? So we are going to follow the formula. Gradient, which is representing the m, letter m, is equals to y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. Okay, so here we are trying to find the gradient. Yes, this is what we are trying to do. So now, again, we are going to substitute according to the coordinates that we have. So y1 is what? Y1 in this case, y1 is 4. Okay, this is our y1. So we are going to write 4 minus y2. What is our y2? Y2 is 3. Okay, we are going to write 3 where there is y2. We are just substituting here, okay? Then from there, we come to the denominator, x. x1 minus x2. So x1 is 1, okay, over 1 minus, then x2 is k, minus k. Okay, then we continue. We simplify further. So here we are going to say 4 minus 3. The answer is 1. Remember, this cannot be simplified further. The reason is very well known. These are unlike terms. And the arithmetic operation that we have in between there is subtraction. Therefore, they cannot be simplified further. So we'll just bring them down like this. Okay, so this is our gradient. And we are going to name this gradient as gradient 1. Remember, the equation, or rather the gradient that we are looking for, is that of the perpendicular bisector, the perpendicular line. That is the one we are looking for, which is gradient 2. So now from this point, there is a very special formula that we use when finding the gradient of the perpendicular line. Okay, so this is the one. M1, M2 equals -1. Okay, since we have already found for M1, it is very easy for us to find M2. And this M2 is the gradient that we are going to use for us to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector. Yes. So now here we are saying where there is M1, we are going to substitute this gradient, which we have already found. So we are going to say 1 over 1 minus K. Okay? Then M2 equals -1. Okay, remember the idea here. This is an equation now. So what we want is actually to make M2 the subject of the formula, okay? Or to find for M2. So what are we going to do for us to remain with M2 this side? It means we are going to divide by the whole of 1 over 1 minus K. That is what we are going to do, both sides. So this side, 1 over 1 minus K. Then even the other side, 1 over 1 minus K. Okay? This will cancel each other. And we are going to remain with it. Let me use this other part of the board. I start from here because looking at the space is too small. So let me say now we are remained with the M2. M2 is equals to, we are going to simplify this now. Okay? Here now we are going to say 1. This is -1, okay, divide by, remember this is a division sign, divide by 1 over 1 minus K, okay? So now, since this one is in fraction, we are also going to assume, because a whole number is always over 1, so even this one is going to be over 1, so that we can balance up, okay? We can make both fractions. Then we proceed. Then M2 equals 1 over 1. Remember, this is a negative. Then the rule which is here, when you are dividing two fractions, always the division changes to multiplication. And when the division changes to multiplication, the next fraction should be reciprocated. So we are going to reciprocate this one. Okay? We are going to say times. To reciprocate is to swap, okay? The denominator becomes the numerator and the numerator denominator. This is what is going to happen here. So this is the denominator will be on top this time around. Minus K over, this will be down there. Okay, then from there, M2 equals 1 times, this is a negative. Let me just put it here like this, 1, since there is a negative there, then 1 minus K, then over, because this is how we multiply. The numerator alone, then the denominator also alone. So the denominator here is 1. So 1 times 1, it's 1. This is the one that I've put in. Now from there, we can multiply so that we get rid of those brackets that we have just introduced. Then here we are going to say -1 times -1. Or -1 times 1, it's -1. That is the answer. Okay? Then -1 times -K, the answer is positive K. Okay? Positive K. So M2 is equals to, remember, mathematically, the way we do, we always actually respect the positive sign, okay? So here we are going to start with the positive sign. So we are going to start with K because K is the positive one. Okay, so we are going to say K. Then this -1 is a negative. We'll just put it here with its sign, okay? And therefore, this is going to be our gradient, okay? So now that we have the gradient and we have the coordinates there, it is very easy that we can proceed to the actual equation. Now, on equation part again, we have got two methods that we use. There is one, gradient intercept form and gradient point form. So it's up to you to choose. But for me, I would advise you to use the gradient point form because it is straightforward. So now we are going to say y minus y1 equals m, open bracket, x minus x1. Okay, this is the formula that I'm talking about. And this is called gradient point form. Okay, because the good part of it is you are just going to substitute the coordinates and also the gradient that you have found. So let's proceed. Y minus y1, in this case now we come to midpoint there, okay? We use these coordinates. No wonder why we started by finding the midpoint. So y1, this is y1 is this 7 over 2. Okay, 7 over 2 equals, the gradient is what? Gradient is k minus 2. K minus, minus 1. K minus 1. Then we open the bracket, then we write x minus, x1 is what? X1 is 1 plus k over 2. So we are going to say 1 plus k over 2. This one we are going to put in brackets, okay? In brackets. So we have just substituted. That is the way to go. Then now from there, we get back to the question itself. They are saying the perpendicular bisector of the line joining the points 1, 4 and k, 3 meets the y-axis at negative 4. So this meets the y-axis at negative 4. So when y is equal to negative 4, it means the x was what? 0. Because this was the y-intercept. So it is going to be negative 4. Y now we are going to put negative 4 where there is y. Minus 2 over, or 7 over 2. 7 over 2 equals k minus 1. I think we can introduce the brackets. We can put that one in brackets so that we move properly, because we know here there is a multiplication sign. Then this one now we are going to put a 0 because the y-intercept, it means the x is what? 0. So where there is x, we are going to put 0. Okay. Then minus. Remember we have 1 plus k over 2. Okay, minus. So we have substituted like that. Okay? Then from there, we are going to simplify further. How? Let us find the value of this first. So we are going to say minus 4, or just from here, because of the space, I'll just put no over 1 there so that we can have two fractions. Then the common denominator here is what? Is 2. Okay? You underline. So you say 1 into 2, it's 2. 2 times negative 4 is negative 6. Okay? Then 2 into 2, it's 1. 1 times negative 8. This is negative 8, yes. Negative 8. Then 2 into 2, it's 1. 1 times 7 there, it will give us negative what? Negative 7. So this is negative 8, and this is negative 7. Equals. Okay. So now from there again, we are simplifying. Equals. Remember, you open the bracket, k minus 1. Then again you open. Here now we are going to simplify this. How? This is 0, and we have a negative here. So to get rid of this bracket, we have to multiply what is inside there by the negative outside the bracket. So negative times 1, it's negative 1. Negative 1. Negative times k, negative k. Okay, over 2. Okay, so this is the new expression that we are going to get out of that. Then again from there, we are still simplifying. Now looking at the space, I think what to do, we are going to wrap this. Let's hope you are able to see everything what is happening here. And this time we are going to wrap because we have no any other option. The space is gone there, so we are going to wrap this so that we can use it to finish the question that we have. Okay, so now we are here. Let me just bring them here first. Negative 8 minus 7 over 2, then equals, we have open bracket k minus 1, then open again, negative 1, negative k over 2. Okay. Yes. So now we are going to simplify this. Here we are going to have 15 over 2, which is a negative 15 there. Then equals. Okay. Let us expand this. Let us expand this. How? We are going to multiply this. Those that are, because we are going to introduce a 1 there over 1, because this is the whole number over 1, so that we can balance up the fraction. So here we are going to say k minus 1, okay? Then negative 1, negative k, then over, imagine here we have a 1. So when we multiply 1 times 2, it's 2 over 2. Okay, so now from there, we can bring this one down over 2, because k times negative 1, the answer is negative k. Okay? Then k times negative k there. K times negative 1, it's negative k. K times negative k, it's negative k squared. Negative k squared. Then negative 1 times negative 1, we are going to have positive 1. Then negative 1 times negative k, we are going to have positive k. Okay? Over 2. We are still moving. Remember, here we have 15 over 2 equals, then when we simplify this, we are going to correct the like terms. Remember, this is negative k, this is positive k, so this are already gone because we are going to subtract each other. So let me start with negative k squared, then minus k, then plus k, then plus 1. I'm just trying to correct the like terms there. Then here, minus 15 over 2 equals, this is negative k squared. Remember, this is 0. Negative k plus k is 0. So plus 1 over 2. Okay. So here we have negative 15 over 2 equals, here we have, I'm just bringing them down, negative k squared plus 1 over 2. So now, the idea here, there is an equal sign in between there. So we are going to cross multiply. So we are going to cross multiply. This will go with this one. So let us say negative k squared plus 1, then we put 2 outside the bracket, equals 2 times negative 30, that would be negative 30. Negative, 2 times negative 15, that would be negative 30. Okay? So from there, we get rid of this brackets. 2 times negative k squared, we are going to have 2k squared negative there. Then plus, again this one, 2 times the positive 1, we are going to have positive 2 equals negative 30. Okay? Then here, remember, we are correcting the like terms because the idea is we want to find the value of k. So negative 2k squared, then equals negative 30. Okay? This one, when it crosses an equal sign, it will become a negative. So negative 2k squared equals, this will be negative 32. Okay? So we can use this space here. So now, negative 2k squared equals negative 32. For us to remain with k there, we are going to divide by both sides negative 2. So when we cancel this one, we are going to have k squared equals negative 2 into negative 32. The answer is 16. Okay, then from there, k is equals to the square root. For us to get rid of the square there, we have to introduce the square root, positive or negative. So k is equals to positive or negative 4. So that means k is equals to 4 or k is equals to negative 4. Therefore, the answer. So here they actually wanted us to find the values of k, and this is the one. K is equals to 4 or k is equals to negative 4. Thank you so very much for following. See you in the next video.